Can a grandparent be forced to pay child support? Have you ever wondered if grandparents can be required to pay child support? This is a question that many families face, especially during challenging life transitions. Let's break it down to understand the circumstances involved. Generally, grandparents are not legally obligated to provide child support for their grandchildren. The primary responsibility for a child's financial support lies with the child's parents. However, there are specific situations where a grandparent might be ordered to pay child support. One of the main scenarios is when grandparents take on the role of in loco parentis, which means they are acting in place of a parent. This often happens when grandparents have full or primary custody of their grandchildren. In these cases, courts may requiring them to provide financial support, including child support payments, because they are fulfilling parental duties. Another situation arises if the custodial parent is a minor who is receiving government assistance. Under certain welfare laws, some states may enforce child support obligations against grandparents to help support the child, even if the grandparents are not the primary caregivers. Additionally, some states have rules that allow child support enforcement agencies to issue child support orders against grandparents. This is especially true when grandparents have custody or when the child's parents cannot provide support. These orders will specify the amount and method of payment. If grandparents do not comply, they could face legal consequences, such as fines or even imprisonment. It is important to highlight that, if the biological parents are available and able to provide support, courts usually will not impose child support obligations on grandparents. The financial responsibility of grandparents is generally secondary. It only comes into play when parents cannot meet their obligations or when grandparents have legally taken on parental roles. From a family relationships perspective, this legal framework acknowledges the importance of supporting a child's well-being while respecting parental responsibilities. When grandparents step in as caregivers, they may face financial duties similar to those of parents. This reflects their vital role during family transitions, like custody changes or when parents are unable to care for their children. For grandparents who find themselves in caregiving situations, it is essential to be aware that they might be required to provide financial support. Seeking legal advice can help them understand their rights and obligations. Courts will consider factors such as the grandparent's ability to pay, the child's needs, and the overall family situation when determining any support obligations.